Today is Retribution Day for Rexy. I don't know if you guys watched the Petit Le Mans, but Rexy, who got moved to the back of the grid, this happened.
So, there was a side-by-side. The AO Porsche went off, coming out of turn 10B. There was side-by-side between the two Porsches, the Lamborghini, and at least one other car. There's a puncture on the Lamborghini then for the...
Rexy was on a Mega Drive after being moved to the back of the field, fighting for a podium, and then got shoved off. So that's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to try and get Rexy a podium. Coming in, off to a great start. I started from the back of the field as well, and just, I guess, just cooked the brakes. I don't know, I just missed my braking point completely, so P10, too bad. Next race, we're gonna do we're actually gonna set a qualifying time, just to see if we can move up a little bit in the grid. Gets us to P5. Keep an eye on Pika Cheeks right here. They will be a recurring character in this chapter of the story. Or a returning character. Starting P5 though, that's kind of crazy. God, I love this track. This track's so much more intimidating looking in real life. I was actually there. We come up here. This is turn... Does that count as a turn? Or is this turn 2? I'd say turn 2, turn 3. Pika Cheeks goes wide. And then I get absolutely Rikishi'd by his little Pika buns. And that's pretty much my race. I can't get back ahead. I go 7 laps without passing anybody. It's kind of messed up. I think that all hope was lost in my head. And I just needed some encouragement. So we finished P7. And I just got to remind myself who I'm doing it for. You know? I'm doing it for Rexy. That night that happened, I was there. Cried myself to sleep that night because Rexy was fighting for a podium. And then I looked at more pictures on my Instagram. I take motorsports photography now. If you guys check out my Instagram, I got some banger photos, and I'll continue to go to events and keep getting more banger photos. But that's who we do it for, Rexy. So we're getting back into this. I didn't change my lap time and ended up getting bumped back 5 positions. So starting P10, almost back of the grid. As we come through the start-finish line here. I'd say this is turn 1, but you got to kind of hit this right because it's all about maintaining speed on that corner. And it's so hard to do it when you have 10 other drivers that we all aren't the best in the world, obviously. Already up a position, though. And these S's are so much fun, but they look terrifying to drive in real life. I would be so nervous to drive this track. And I felt bad about that, but I don't think in real life that would have been... I think this is like an internet issue, because I don't think I touched him as hard as I'd like to think. Maybe I fucked up. I don't know. I mean, y'all can say I'm a dirty driver in the comments if y'all thought it was dirty, but I don't think in real life that contact would have gotten that outcome, just to be 100% honest. Dodge of the dive bomb there from Joe as he shoves Sekimaka, who ends up being another car with teeth, so that adds a different level to my retribution, so I gotta pass this guy. Got some banger shots on that bridge up there, and then I got some more banger photos off to the right. This is a scary sight, coming over the hill into a chicane, almost 4 wide. I kind of bumped this guy. I thought he was giving me space, and then I just got shoved from behind. So that's why I went and took the corner, as I have expert crash avoidance. I pull out because I don't want Nesu to Felipe Albuquerque me, but instead he does it to Joe. Just sends that man off. Just a racing incident as Sikemaka pulls back in front of me. And then this guy just like makes his own part of the track up, so that's a half-second penalty. I'm surprised it's only a half-second, to be honest. Should have been a full 1 second. But this has been a pretty decent race. Dude makes a mistake. Very easy to do that because you have to... This track is very technical. I know people think like, oh, as I pass 2 positions here, people think, oh, you know, it's a track in the middle of Georgia. It's not very technical. But listening to some of the pro drivers who raced this track over the weekend, they say it's probably one of the more technical tracks they've ever raced on. As this guy pulls a dirty block on me. I'm going to say something, kind of a hot take. The Brazilian drivers in this game are either some of the best drivers or some of the absolute most dangerous people on the road. As look, he's like weaving all over the straight, and this is someone who has crashed into 2 people this race, and then completely missed my braking point. I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of scared. I was kind of scared that he was gonna hit me. So, final lap. I think all hope is lost. Not going to be getting a podium. There's no chance. I might be able to get 4th because I know I'm faster than these guys. But then this guy's going to weave and block and stuff, so I may not even get it. I'm okay with a 5th, though. I started 10th, right? But then I realized, no. I'm doing this for Rexy. And by the powers of God, I shoved this dude via the force into that car. And he gets a half-second penalty. And then, by the powers via the force, I shove him into the car again, causing this guy to break track limits. And they both get a 1-second penalty. And I come 3rd. That's a podium, baby. But I wasn't satisfied. Using the force to get a podium? No, we're going to be going off merit. I want a podium off merit. Starting P6. This was a good race, actually. The dude behind me, Soto, actually a very intelligent driver. But this driver in the beat-up old Porsche is not. And the Uncharted series has been good to Nathan Drake, but this race will not be. And much like the movie, this race is just going to suck for him. Just absolutely punted. Like, bro just got shut. Like, there's no other way to do it. He just got spun like he was running from Georgia State Patrol. Coming down start finish line. I am now wary of this driver for obvious reasons. You'll even see me kind of just like, and then it disappears. I was prepping to be nervous. And I got a track limits violation for that. I didn't even do anything. It's ridiculous. Up 2 spots, though. So we'll take it. Podium is in sight. I have to serve this stupid track violations penalty. Soto passes me. And like I said, this guy's an intelligent driver. And then leave the space for don't be nasty. And I think this next sequence is really funny because you can tell this guy's like watched one endurance race and he thinks that I'm going to let him go and push me to the outside on this corner. As I block him, he flashes his lights like, let me through. No, buddy, we're racing, and I'm not about to get Felipe Albuquerque. We're not doing that. So no, I'm not going to let you get on the inside of me in that corner. Maybe in a different corner, but definitely not that one. And if you didn't see the race, you need to go look what I'm talking about, because I'm surprised he wasn't more injured than he was. Anyway, Ayrton Senna, slow on the exit. Soto's up to P3. I want to get to where Soto is. So we go past Ayrton Senna. Like I said, I approach this dude with caution because I can't tell with these Brazilian drivers. They're either the best drivers in the game or they're the most scariest. There's no in between. Look how very careful through this corner. P3, baby. Off merit. on the track. I don't have to force push anybody. But I know I can catch Soto. Maybe the leader's a little long gone. I could probably get him. But I could tell he was a smart driver just by he started behind me and he's now in front of me. So I thought I could kind of use that against him. I could use these mind tricks by pretending to be the 90% of drivers in this game. And you'll see it here in a second. He gets a bad exit. I get a good exit. 95% of players in this game would dive bomb the shit out of this guy right here. And he knows that, and I know that. So he leaves the space, but I backed out early. And that was a 200 IQ move right there. He thought I was going to dive bomb the shit out of him. For a fact. And then, yeah, that's P2, guys. Off of merit. And a pretty smart overtake, if I do say so myself. The timeline has been fixed. I am the reason the timeline's been fixed. We come P2. AO Racing, if you're watching this, you can go ahead and get that trophy made that you rightfully deserve. And just add my name at the bottom of it in like crayon or marker or something. And you're welcome for getting you guys a podium. But the timeline's been healed because Rexy really should have gotten a podium. From the back of the grid, guys. From the back of the grid. P3 gets shoved off by a Lamborghini. I thought it was going to be a BMW with the way these drivers were. Anyway, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see dope-ass car pictures, go to my Instagram. I'll link it again, put it in the description. I got some amazing shots coming up, some interesting videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.